Okay, let's have a look at a letter. This is number 23 or 22. I'm not quite sure which. Now, I don't usually look at letters at the weekend, but I've had a couple of people making requests at this moment. It's 8:20 on Sunday morning, so usually I have other things to do, but I had a bit of time, so I'll do a video or two, and that'll have to do for a while. As I wrote in the group on Telegram, I have quite a lot of work on these days, and you know, assessing letters for people free of charge is not a priority for me at this time. However, that being said, now so this isn't too bad. This isn't bad. There's just one or two things I would mention. So right, this opening, this purpose. Now I would put the reference line, put it down. Okay. Well, right. We know it's a letter, so you don't have to say I am writing a letter. This is a letter. The reader can see it. So you could do I am writing to refer Ms Suzanne Forrest. Now, you usually put name, age, occupation in the opening, so you don't need to say it here. So you have her DOB, and we can count. But if you want to put the age, you can. Now, usually you do, you know, as I say, name, age, and occupation. So Ms Suzanne Forrest, a 23-year-old, whatever she might be, a student or I don't know. So you could do it like that. You don't need to say that she's a female. I mean, you know, this does kind of give the game away on that. So, but if you wanted to do it, I would do it here in the introduction. Okay, I'm writing to refer Ms Suzanne Forrest, 23-year-old female, for. You don't need this, please do her, for possible assessment. Well, why is it possible? You know, you want the reader, me, to assess them. So why is it possible? You know, just say, can you assess her, please? For assessment and evaluation for probable community-acquired pneumonia. Okay, so that should get the purpose nice and clear. Now, I've got the criteria. I'll show it just so you can get the general sense of it. I've shown this on every video, but okay, so purpose must be immediately apparent and expanded at the bottom of the letter, often near the end of the document. Okay, so get that purpose clear right from the start. Okay, writing to refer for assessment, evaluation for blah 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 blah. So we don't really need that. So I would do how do you spell Forrest? Ms Forrest has a medical history of asthma, allergic rhinitis, and eczema, for which she has been treated with Ventolin, blah 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 blah. She is a smoker. Now, from, right. Use present perfect continuous. She has been smoking for the last 7 years. Or she has been smoking 10 to 15 cigarettes daily for the last 7 years. Okay, so put the amount and you can put the time and use present perfect continuous because it's not finished. Okay, right. She. What's her name? then pronouns later. Ms Forrest presented at the clinic. Well, does it matter? She presented on the 25th with the complaints of. Right, so a 2-day history of shortness of breath and persistent. Now, you keep using from. That's not the right preposition there. For 7 days. So, Ms Forrest presented on the 25th. Complaining of. Oops. I type in complaining of shortness breath for the last 2 days. And persistent cough for the previous 7 days. Okie doke. At the visit, we don't need to include that. Of course, it was at the visit. So, now, usually when people come, now, you know, I don't have any case notes here, right? But as I've said on several occasions, if your letter is a good one, I shouldn't need any notes because it should be clear from what you have done from this letter what the situation is, what is going on, what happened, when, how, where. I shouldn't have to have or to ask any questions if your letter is a good one. So, usually when someone comes for a visit, the patient, so there's 3 components. The patient presents, oh, doctor, I've got a terrible pain, blah, blah, blah. You examine, you find, or some tests or whatever, then you take some kind of action. Isn't that what usually occurs when a patient comes? Oh, doctor, I've got such a terrible pain. Oh, let me take a look. Ah, I see. Let me give you some prescription. Isn't that what usually happens after a visit? So, we've just got here blood work and chest X-ray. Did you actually do anything here? Okay, so Ms Forrest presented complaining of shortness of breath for a person of 7 days. At the visit, I ordered blood work and chest X-ray. Now, the reason I'm taking out a lot of this stuff is because conciseness and clarity, right? So, your purpose, dear doctor, can you do blah, 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 blah. The content, right? Is there anything missing here? If I'm having to ask some questions, then the answer is yes. Conciseness and clarity. How well is it summarized? Any irrelevant information included? But if we take a look at it, yeah, look, no time wasted. How effectively the case is summarized. So, if there's unnecessary stuff at this visit at the clinic, my clinic, well, we know that, or we can work it out from the context. So you don't actually need it. It says, is there any information that could be left out? Conciseness and clarity. That's what you need. That's what the examiners like. So Ms Forrest presented again, or she returned after. There's no need to put after 2 days on the 27th. We can count, so either after 2 days or simply on the 27th. You don't need to have them both. She returned on the 27th with the complaints. With the complaints, it's right. So, complain, infinitive, a verb. I complain, you complain, I complained, I am complaining. Complaints, a noun. With the complaints of increasing severity of shortness of breath and cough with greenish, right. So, why have I put that there? So, is the fatigue part of the cough? Because if it's not, we need a comma. So it's a separate issue. Now, I don't think that you would have fatiguing cough. Oh, I'm so tired with this cough. Well, that could be so, but I think here it's a separate issue. So she's got shortness of breath, cough, and I'll take out that and, because we have and at the end. So, okay. So increasing severity of shortness of breath, cough with greenish sputum, a comma, and fatigue. At that time, well, it wouldn't be at any other time, would it? Don't need that, do you? On examination, or upon examination, should the low-grade fever, chest rates, X-ray results show consolidation. Okay. I'm, as opposed to what? To my amateur care? You don't have to say that either. I am referring her under your, you can simply say I am referring her for further evaluation of community-acquired pneumonia, review of her current medications, and counselling. I think you've got 2 L's in counselling. Is it? Yeah, on smoking cessation. So as you can see, there's some things here that we don't really need. You can take it out and it's not going to affect the outcome. So I am referring her for further evaluation of community-acquired pneumonia, blah, 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 blah. Now, you can put your appreciation at the end. I would appreciate it. I would be grateful if you could do it like that if you wanted. So that's not too bad. So let's just check the word count now, just to see what we have. Where's the words? Word count. 177. I thought so. A little bit short. Now, I've taken out some things that you don't need, but I think now, as again, I don't have the case notes here, but as I said, if your letter's a good one, I shouldn't need them. So it seems to me that some missing information here. So, as I say, when the patient comes, you do examine, you find, you take action. And I haven't seen anything here that you've actually done. Did you prescribe anything? Did you advise, discuss smoking? Did you do anything? So this is a little bit short. And if I were reading this, I would be asking, well, what did you do? If I were the specialist, so I'm reading this, and okay, she's come, she's got this and that, and this and that, and what did you do? I can't see anything. You just took some kind of test and said, oh, and where do you get this from? Why do you think it's community-acquired pneumonia? So again, if I've got to ask these kind of questions, it's not really working. So you've said, right, so she's got a history of asthma, okay, rhinitis, she takes all these inhalers, she smokes, she's coughing. What makes you think she's got a community-acquired pneumonia? Where's the evidence for that? Why do you think that? You haven't told me anything here that makes me think that. So I think there's something that might be included in this. Okay, so not too bad, but I think a little bit of work could be done here. Okay, hope that helps. Let me just stop that, and I'll see you later.